Good morning and welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is Dabaru Gifts. This is the program where we bring you front pages of Nigerian dailies and we get to discuss some of the headlines on these papers. The Punch newspaper is up first. It says Atiku launches campaign. Books. Okay, Atiku launches campaign. Books. Aggrieved governors boycott events. Buhari government has failed. Nigeria in disarray. Are federalism faulty? PDP candidates. Why Otom, Makinde, Ipiazu, others won't campaign for ex-vice president, says aide. PDP remains a strong party. We are campaigning to win. Governor Emmanuel. Politicians may destroy Nigeria. Obasanjo raises the alarm. Obi supporters can't gather at Lekki toll gate. Court. Oil thefts. FG proves exploration. Production by IOCs. P&ID scam. Court revokes director's bail. Orders rearrest. Controversy surrounds death of Lagos restaurator. Family friends mourn. Senate tickets. Machina floors Lawan. Seeks reconciliation. The Daily Trust newspaper says IPOB kills 5 soldiers, civilian in Anambra. Yobe North, court rejects Ahmad Lawan, recognizes Machina. NMPC others to raise gas use to 5 million tons in 3 years. Race to presidency, I'm out to rescue Nigeria, Atiku. Wike Makinde tributes PDP governors absent at campaign launch. PDP remains strong despite doomsayers, Udom. 18 presidential candidates signed peace accord today. Over 20 feared killed in Kogi tanker explosion. Flood sacks 13 Anambra communities, renders many families homeless. Despite FG's caution, Akeredolu insists on arming Amotekun. Flood, drought, and insecurity have affected us badly. Farmers. The Guardian newspaper, it says here, Atiku canvasses unity as Wike camp shuns campaign flag off. Wike will remain in PDP to fight for inclusivity to tell own side of party crisis. Friday. NEC member reveals plot to unseat Ayu, derail Atiku's campaign. Your claims stand logic on its head, Akeredolu replies Presidency on use of AK-47. Don't allow politicians to destroy Nigeria, Obasanjo advises religious leaders. The Vanguard newspaper, it says here, PDP campaign flag off. We must halt Nigeria's descent into anarchy, Atiku. 2023, Northern elders to tackle Ohaneze. Warns against demarketing Peter Obi. Northwest governors counterparts in Niger seek review of ECOWAS article on movement of persons, arms. NDLEA drug war. FG approves 580 million naira for armored vehicles over fear of reprisal attacks on personnel. No insurance cover for trained terrorism victims, NRC boss or Kyria. The Daily Sun newspaper says Atiku confident of victory as APC moves to resolve campaign issues. Wike allies shun PDP's PCC inauguration. LP kicks off campaign in Jos. 2023 may make Nigeria, Obasanjo warns. Gunmen kill 4 soldiers, 1 civilian in Anambra. Murder DCO. Detainee in Oyo police station attack. Bloomberg tips Obi to win presidential election. Court stops planned Obi 2023 rally at Lekki toll gate. Stop threatening us with Igbo presidents, Northern elders tell Ohaneze. Some using our name, fake. Pan Igbo body tells NEF. CBN goes after states, firms, individuals to recover 9.3 trillion intervention loans. Nigeria at 62, NAF asks Abuja residents not to panic over aerial plane rehearsal. Muslim to Muslim tickets, Lalong Dogara trade tackles. Nigerian Tribune newspaper says How I plan to rescue, rebuild Nigeria. Atiku urges PDP faithful to come together for the task ahead. Inaugurates Presidential Campaign Council. Launches 3 books. Atiku's policy documents roadmap to nation's success. Okowa. Makinde, Wike, Otom, others absent. NEC member alleges plots to destabilize PDP. Sabotage Atiku. 2 feared killed as Artian factions clash in Lagos. Kogi flood displaced 50,000 lawmaker says. Building collapses in Ondo, kills 52-year-old carpenter. Gunmen kill DCO, suspects in Oyo State police attack. NRC lost 531 million naira in 6 months to Abuja Kaduna train shut down. MD. Court stops LP supporters from holding October 1st rally at Lekki Toll Gate. Lawan loses as court affirms Machina APC candidate for Yobe North. We have been vindicated, I beg your pardon, INEC. Lastly, the Nation newspaper, it says here, Wike, Makinde, Otom, Sean Atiku's campaign launch. Ugwanyi, Ipiazu, Southwest chieftains also absent. NEC member alleges 28 million naira offer to derail opposition party. PDP flag bearer promises restructuring, good governance. Machina North Lawan is Yobe North senatorial candidate. Court rule, Obidasi 23 rally can't hold at Lekki Toll Gate. Those are the newspaper headlines. We'll go on a short break. When I return, I'll have my guest with me and we'll discuss some of these headlines. Please stay with us. Welcome back. I have my guest in the studio, Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik. Welcome on the program.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's start off with the PDP yesterday at their launch, or better still, the unveiling of the campaign council yesterday. Wike and some of his supporters shunned the events. Wike, Otom, and 3 governors basically. What are your thoughts on this? Does this mean that they will not be participating in the campaign of their party?
Ordinarily, they have already shown that from the beginning that they are not going to be part of it. So it's really sad that PDP was unable to manage the fallout from the primaries. So and it's degenerated to this level of disunity, open disunity, and it's going to count against them. Well, the fact is that some of the characters, for instance, Wike himself is not vying for any political office anymore. But PDP, he has a anointed candidate in Rivers who is expecting who is the Attorney General of the Accountant General of the state to take over from him. Then, if you look at it, Sheyi Makinde is vying for 2nd term in office under PDP. Likewise, Ikpeazu is going to the Senate, and Governor Tom himself too. Well, among these 3 governors, the only one I've seen so far that will have a problem is somebody like Otom. Otom is from the same state with the party chairman, Yocha Ayu. So if he's going to continue to do anti-party against the presidential candidate of the PDP, I believe that the PDP itself will deploy their arsenal against him in Benue State. Apart from that, I don't think that Makinde and Ikpeazu will have any problem. But by and large, you understand that it's a problem because as a party, just like we keep on saying that, look, as a opposition party, you are going into a battle against a ruling party, and then you are going with a divided house. It doesn't all go well. But I saw it coming because right from that very day that Atiku defeated Wike, I believe that it will come to this level, and we are now seeing it. I don't know what PDP will do ahead of the February 25th election. I don't know what they intend to do, but having that divided house is going to count against them. Already, let's not forget that Peter Obi pulled out from PDP, and pulling out from the PDP means that he pulled out large chunk of PDP members and
definitely
supporters from PDP too. So, and then even Konkoso too. Konkoso pulled out from PDP too. So it means they continue to balkanize PDP vote. That is what it means, and it's not too late. They can still deliberate, dialogue together, and bring the warring factions back into their fold.
Let's see how that plays out for the PDP. As campaigns basically kickstarted yesterday officially, the Labour Party candidate Peter Obi started his campaign in the North Central Plateau State in Jos. And then this has stirred up certain reactions. Why didn't the presidential candidate of the Labour Party start off in his own state in the east? He went rather to the north. Do you see this as a problem? What are your thoughts on this?
It's not a problem per se. As a he's a politician. It's not. If you decide to just narrow it down to say, okay, kickstart his campaign in northeast and the southeast or Anambra, it means as if you are trying to narrow his purview down to. It's more or less like whoever is aspiring to become the president of Nigeria should have that national outlook instead of narrowing down. And then apart from that again, if you recall, all along, most of his activities was based in the southeast and the south and around the Lagos axis. So lately, towards last week and this week, you now discover that he's now stepping it up by taking a visit to Emir of Kanu, going to Katsina and some other places. So if he decided to kickstart his campaign in Plateau, it's expected. And then apart from that again, Plateau, right from historically, especially like in the Second Republic, you discover that they have a kind of its political base whereby it does not align with the other northern element. For instance, in the Second Republic, you now discover that they are pro-MPP, whereby the other larger northern elements are more of MPN. So, and this time around again, you now discover that although it's the only time that they will say, okay, they now sink their aspiration into PDP and the APC. But this time around, you now discover that due to the controversies that led to what happened in the APC, you now discover that you are now seeing the kind of a reaction from the northern Christians, in particular, against APC. And then any politician that is out for a serious business certainly will catch on that grievances. So it's expected that Peter Obi will go to and kickstart his campaign from Plateau to catch that support, and he shouldn't waste that time. And that he did exactly that.
Still on the Labour Party candidates, the supporters of Peter Obi in Lagos decided that they were going to hold the campaign rally at the Lekki toll gate on October 1st. But then a court ruling has stopped this from happening. What are your thoughts?
Well, to me, holding the rally at a venue that we already know that particular venue has a kind of
controversy
attached to it. To me, they should avoid it, because at the end of the day, what signal are they sending? Are they sending a signal to say, look, that the answers are behind the Labour Party or behind Peter Obi, they should just avoid it, because doing so would certainly lead to confrontation with the security agencies, and I believe that they should avoid it. Because if you observe very well now, right now, Peter Obi is like enjoying a kind of a support. They shouldn't do something that will now dent that support. So whoever, or the organizers of the 1st October rally in Lagos, that they didn't think about it very well. If they think about it very well, they should avoid that anything Lekki toll gate. Although probably they have their own reason to say, okay, they want to hold it there at Lekki toll gate. But there are some other venues that has more democracy outlook. For instance, you have the Ojota that is continue to serve as the Freedom Square for people like Ganifa Emi and some other pending till this very moment. So they should rather look forward to certain area and avoid that Lekki toll gate. Good that the court has issued that judgment. What is now left is to see whether they will comply or not, because we are not talking about people, not just an organization to say, okay, Peter Obi himself, whereby you can say Peter Obi himself, don't go there and he will comply. But now we're not talking about mass support of persons. Whether they will disregard the court ruling, we don't know yet. Let's wait till on 1st of October.
So recall that Akeredolu had petitioned that local militia in his states carry weapons, and then the government kicked against it. But we see Akeredolu in the papers today faulting the government and then making some claims concerning the carrying of arms, still comparing to some other states that allow local militia to carry arms. What are your thoughts on this issue?
Akeredolu is not just a governor, he's a governor, he's a lawyer, he's a senior advocate and former president of Nigeria Bar Association. So he knows the aspect, everything related. And I think someone told me that he's a constitutional lawyer himself. So he's not just talking like a novice. He's talking from the background of someone with the in-depth knowledge of the law. Well, we expect somebody like that to, like, whatever thing he's going to do, he should just align with what's obtainable within the constitutional stipulation. He shouldn't do it based on, say, okay, other states have done this or other states have done that. Well, everything, the controversy is avoidable. Avoidable in the sense that, look, if the security agencies are up to their task, up to the game, all this will become needless for any state to talk about having a state police or going about forming an establishment that will say, okay, they will form it and decide to say, okay, they are trying to complement the main security architecture. Well, we don't know the extent that Governor Akeredolu is dealing with the security challenges in the state. We don't know. But right now he's now saying that, look, they have established Amoteku, and Amoteku now are complaining that, look, they cannot confront these bandits or whoever with the name we decide to call them. They cannot confront them within the forest because those bandits are well armed with sophisticated weapons, whereas them, they are just carrying like a Dane guns, and a Dane gun cannot withstand someone that is carrying AK-47. And that is why Akeredolu is now saying that, look, he's insisting that he's going to arm Amoteku. And federal government is saying that, look, you don't have that constitutional power to do that. Whether we like it or not, state police is long overdue. Instead of not doing what is right the right way at the right time, we are prolonging it. It will lead to other problems. For instance, we are now saying that, look, before the establishment of Amoteku, there was a kind of a serious campaign, serious clamor from the southwest against the incursion of activities of bandits in their domain, of which they don't take it lightly. So that is why the governors decided to say, okay, instead of allowing the people to take laws into their hand and going after foreigners or people not indigenous to the community to take the laws into their hands and go after them, they decided to come up with Amoteku. And Amoteku now is now having challenges. The challenges has to do with limitation of firepower or what they have, and that is why you see Akeredolu is start saying that, look, he's going to arm them. Whether we like it or not, state police is long overdue. I don't know why government is dragging feet on that. I don't know why some politicians are against it. I don't know why the National Assembly is against it. I don't know why the people from the up north here, they are against it. Because though they keep on saying that, look, by the time you allowed agency like Amoteku to carry arm, certainly they have a kind of a hidden agenda to go after the Fulani living in the southwest. Well, the fact is that Fulani are not above the law. I'm sorry to use that name, Fulani, or whoever is living outside anywhere, it's not above the law. If they should live within the law, if they live there legitimately and live according to the law, according to the culture and the community of the communities, you will discover that this will not arise. This arises now due to the excesses of the bandit, and as long as bandits continue to remain, certainly people will clamor to have an indigenous security outfit that they can be part of and control. For now, we have the police, we have DSS, we have army, all are under the jurisdiction of the president and commander-in-chief, of which governors doesn't have any control over. Governors are just mere state security officer within their state, but they don't have control over the police, and that is why we must do what is right at the right time, or else we'll face the danger and the consequences, and all of us will bear the brunt.
That's about it. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Mustafa. My name is Laberu Gift. Thanks for joining us on the show today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. Also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. You can also visit our website, www.asphericnews.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.